Hey, I'd like to show you a classic example of being ecologic or environment friendly only on paper, pun intended. This is a ecologic egg package. That's how it looks inside. There were 6 eggs in here. Now, there are a few technical problems with this. One, it's not secure because this just flies off and you can easily lose your eggs. But what's even worse is that let's think about how this is manufactured. You see, regular paper mache egg boxes, packages, require a few things. They require a mold, they require paper mache, and that's pretty much it. Once you have the mold, you just pour the paper mache inside, you press 2 parts of the mold together, then you dry what comes out of that, and that is ready. Of course, you can print some stuff on it, but yeah. It's a dead simple process. Of course, there's a high upfront cost of creating the molds and the machines to press the molds or press the paper mache in the molds. But once that's done, it can go on with relatively low cost. And this, as opposed to that, requires a very complicated machine to assemble this piece of cardboard. Look how many bends there are, how many pieces had to be first. It has to be cut to shape, but okay, that can be done by a machine pretty easily. Then it needs to be bent. All of these parts have to be bent. This piece, look how complex this is. Look how much work is required to bend this into shape. And there's also, these things have to be pressed in as well to make it easier to bend. Look how much effort this requires to put together. And I don't believe this is cheaper to produce or more environment friendly than a paper mache packet. I don't believe that. I don't think this is the case. I think this is way more expensive to do. It does the job poorly because it doesn't hold the eggs as tight as well. And it's overall just the only ecological thing about this is that it's biodegradable. But the same can be said about the paper mache egg packets. So it's not improving at all. But I think it's increasing the manufacturing cost and complexity, and either this requires a lot of manual labor, someone needs to sit on a production line and assemble this by hand, or it requires very complex machinery precisely programmed to assemble this, and I think that is much more costly. And it's probably the machines cost a lot, the maintenance of the machines is going to cost a lot because it's way more complex than a simple press that can just, you pour the material in, you press it, and the mold does everything for you. Then you just dry it and it's ready. There's so much work involved into making this, and I believe this is only for marketing purposes. This is only to look environment friendly, but it's not environment friendly. It's the opposite. And this is very silly and very sad because we're like burning more resources to produce things that are actually more harmful to the environment because we want to sell more, because being environment friendly is, it's topical. It sounds good, People want to do that because people want to save our planet. And companies making things like that exploit that and produce things that are not environment friendly, that are more costly to produce. that are way more complex, just to look more ecological. If this was cheaper to build, we would be using this for many, many years. Because believe me, that mass production is all about optimizing cost. So this can be cheaper, because if it would be, everybody would be using it. I don't know, maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe there are some things that are actually more environment friendly about this, and maybe, I don't know, maybe the paper mache egg packets use some nasty chemicals that are harmful to the environment or are very costly to produce and have a big footprint on our planet. I don't know, but I really don't think so. If you have some insight into that, please let me know. I think this is total bullshit. And I think this is, being ecological only in marketing. And that's really sad.